Hi, I'm Oliver Frascona. I've been a real estate lawyer for almost 40 years and a real estate broker before that. I hope this little vignette helps us all get to the point where we have electronic lockboxes like all the other developed metropolitan areas and like a lot of the outlying areas in our state to protect the public somewhat, to give us accountability, and to enter the 20th century. Remember, you're doing contracts on a smartphone. Shouldn't we have access to the house on a similar electronic device? As an owner who has recently sold his home, I would love to know, other than through a showing service or checking with the listing broker, I would love to know when someone entered my home and when someone left my home. I would love to have an electronic report generated by the lockbox on my door that told my realtor and me when someone had come to my home and when someone had left my home. We all think everybody goes through the showing service. We all think someone calls a listing broker. But in real life, once the combination gets out, people access houses, and we have no way to find out who was in and who was out. It's 2011. It's not 1995. It's 2011. People carry iPads. They're carrying sophisticated phones. And I think the public deserves to know when someone entered and left their house that's been digitally taken care of by the box on the door. I don't care who the provider is, but from the box that's on the door. The cost is relatively minimal to provide that level of information about who has entered and who's exited the home. If you're in a market where you have new houses or houses that are vacant, people are going back through those once they know the combination. Sometimes even buyers go through without the broker. And I know that sounds crazy, but it happens all the time. Wouldn't it be cool if you as the listing broker knew who had been in and out of that box? So when you got an offer in that was a low ball, you could turn around and see who had seen it a bunch and call them and say, hey, I noticed you've been in and out of the house 4 or 5 times. If your people are interested, now's the time. Wouldn't that be something a seller's agent would do for their seller? Wouldn't it be nice to be able to lock it out so they couldn't get there in the evening? If the public knew that once that combination was out, anybody could access their house, including at midnight, they wouldn't stand for it. The only reason this system has worked as long as it has is the public does not know there's a choice. If the public knew, what would you pick on your house? If it was your house for sale, what would you want? A combo that said SPY, or 123, or the realtor's initials? Or would you want something that digitally recorded when someone came and left your house so you'd have a record of it and you could lock them out from coming in the evening? Of course that's what you'd want.